So, the Life series trailer just dropped, and to be honest, I have three ideas that could be the new Life series. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I've had these ideas already, kind of, basically trying to make them a little bit similar to the trailer, but they're all kind of close. So, basically, I'm just gonna be making a video going over it. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's start with the first one, which is Every Life. So basically, in this season, you'll start with green, then yellow, then red, then you'll go down to white, and then you'll go down to gray, and then you'll go down to black, represented by the hearts in the trailer. So basically, you will start at double life, then go to wild life, then last life, then third life, then secret life, and then finally limited life. So let's just go over how each season would work. So first will be double life, and you will get a soulmate, who you won't know who is, but obviously, because this is double life, every single time they take damage, you also take damage. So as you can see there's my soulmate Jimmy down there. Hopefully you don't get him as your real soulmate in the actual thing. But obviously, as you can see there, we took damage, and obviously, when one of us died, we both die. You'll move on to wildlife, where basically you have a yellow name like our friend Etho over there, and your soulmate won't matter for the rest of the season. Even though this is the life series, obviously the last two people left will most likely be soulmates because the life series is scripted, but it's not. So basically, the wild cards could kill you, or maybe killing some of the double life players, like superpowers. Oh, Etho, no! Own color. So then you will move on to last life, where you have a red name, but you have the chance of becoming the boogeyman. So you have to kill one fellow last life player by the end of the session to be cured. If you fail, you will go down to secret life. So you will lose 2 lives. But just because you don't get chosen as the boogeyman doesn't mean you're safe, because a fellow red name could kill you, putting you down to third life, where you will have the basic white name of a regular Minecrafter, and you'll just chill, hang out, and just wait and try not to get killed by limited life and secret life players. But eventually you'll just be walking around and you will die. Then you will move on to secret life, where you have this dark gray name, and you will have 30 hearts that don't regenerate, and you will have a task, but the task will always be deadly. So, you can either complete the task to get 10 hearts, or fail the task where you don't get anything. And obviously you can re-roll and get another task. And obviously if you kill someone, you will gain 10 hearts. But obviously one day you'll end up very low on health, and you will die. Then you will move on to your last 8 hours with limited life, where you have this black name, and obviously when you die, you will lose 1 hour of time. And every single time you kill someone, you will gain 30 minutes. Yay! Now this does run into a dilemma where if you get a kill at like 7:45, you will go up 15 minutes but also gain hearts and move back up to secret life. And finally, this is the life series after all, so you will be killed and definitely eliminated. And so, that was every life. And, well, I think it's going to be pretty interesting if that's the series, but obviously there's 2 more series that I need to cover, so let's just jump right back into it. So then I began thinking about the infinite part. Now, these colors don't really make any sense right now, but basically, it's called Infinite Life, obviously, and basically, it's like Bed Wars, kind of, but with the Life series. Now, that might sound dumb, which it is, which is why this is in the middle of the video, because it'd be, watch time. But, basically, let's just have me explain how it works. So basically, you start off as a green name, but when you die, you respawn back to your bed, no harm, no foul. You can die as many times as you want, but obviously I think keep inventory would have to be off for this season, because, it'd be kind of overpowered if you could just constantly die. But when your bed gets broken by another player, you will switch down to your next color, which would be white. But when you die on that life, to your yellow life. Now, something I began thinking about with the trailer is the clock ticking, because I used the infinite symbol, but there's no real clock in this. Well, what if, after a certain period of time, your bed just gets broken, or crystal, or something else, depending on what you want to do, and you will go down to that life. And obviously, if you die on that life, you go down to red, where if your bed gets broken by a player or by the time, you go down to black. And obviously, when you die on your black life, eliminated. Now, there would obviously have to be some ground rules on where you could hide your bed or your end crystal, depending on like life crystal thing. But could be cool if that's how it worked. But obviously that seems a little bit dumb, like destroying each other's beds and whatnot. Now there could be like a boogeyman that would allow you to destroy beds like more freely, otherwise you might lose your bed at the end of the session. I don't know what the time would be to getting your bed broken, but it would just have to depend. But with that out of the way, let's jump into my last and possibly best idea, and possibly actually what the Life series Season 7 will be. Extra Life. What I think could be the next Life series. Because basically, it's combined with the time mechanic, the infinity symbol, the green, yellow, and red hearts, also the grayish hearts, and also the fact we see some Watcher logos, and people are theorizing that this could be a combination of multiple seasons. So let me go over why. So basically, when the server has 12 hours or more, you have a green name. When the server has 6 hours or more, you have a yellow name. When the server has over 0 hours, you have a red name. And then with 3 plus extra lives, you will have a white name. Then 2 lives, you will have a dark gray name. And then with 1 extra life, you will have a black name. So basically, how this will work is the server starts at 18 hours in total. And basically, everyone has a green name, and you can die as many times as you want, and it won't change how much time you have or what color your name is or anything at all. Like, as you can see here, Impulse dying, it's not affecting me, even though our names are the same and everything. And if I kill myself, it doesn't really matter because, you know, it just doesn't. Like, it legitimately does not matter at all. One bit. Right, Impulse? Yeah. Sorry, Impulse, if you're watching. But then you have to do things like get extra lives. Like, for example, the first one would just be finding them in chests, plus 1 extra life. And you can also give lives to people, which would be quite fun. Obviously, keep inventory will be off for this season until the finale because of the infinite lives thing. But then, once the timer reaches below 12 hours, you will become yellow, the whole server, including myself. And this is where we can see other seasons come into play without having any flaws. Like, for example, Double Life, because everybody has the same amount of time. You can have a soulmate, and when one of you die, you both die, and maybe the task could be surviving with your soulmate the whole session. So, like Big B and I were soulmates, and we survived, we get an extra life each. Or maybe even the secret keeper could come into play, where you might have a task, and when you succeed, you get an extra life, but if you fail, nothing really happens. You just miss out on that extra life. Like Scar here, he probably failed. What does that do? The opposite of what other people tell you? Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. And obviously, when the timer reaches below 6 hours, everybody on the server will turn red, and maybe there could be more deadly things like an infected boogeyman. Now, what would this mean? Maybe similar to the gems tasks in Secret Life, where basically if you kill you gain maybe like 1/4 an extra life. Or if you survive the infection, you get an extra life just altogether, or it just will depend on what Grian wants to do. There's a lot of interpretation in this season. And obviously, when the timer is about to run out, somebody else could have more or less lives than you. Like, Joel has 3 or more lives, but I only have 2 lives, because that's all I got. And obviously, when you're on your final life, your final extra life, and, sorry, Lizzie, you're not going to be in this season, but when you die, you are eliminated. And, yeah, that is my idea. Basically, it was a lot of interpretation because originally I was going to do lives where it was like 100 lives, and then like after the 100 lives are over, you have to use your extra lives. But then I thought about the time thing, and I was like, well, maybe if you lose an hour, um, the server loses an hour altogether. Maybe it's like 90 hours or something stupid. But also, I thought about the infinite symbol. Maybe it's an infinite number of lives, but you have a limited number of time to get extra lives for the end. And maybe you could do some tasks and play some other life series in that. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and try to get this video to Jimmy or Martin. And if I didn't get anything right in this video, then wow, I must suck.